Maybe we're going to... Fred's not here, Amy's not here. Please stand for a moment of silence. Please join in with the salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I meant to say this earlier, but I'm sorry about it. I think I nice to meet you.
As to compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in the following manner. Notice this meeting was forwarded to the Asbury Park Press, the Coaster, and Star Ledger on November 1st, 2013, and posted on the bulletin board the same date. All notices on file with the city clerk.
Fredo. Here. Moore. Here. Quinn.
Here.
Senator Henderson.
Here.
Mayor Campbell.
Here.
Motion going to open session, one time, 3 minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. At this point, we would like you to come to the mic. Please state your name and address. There is a 3-minute limit.
Stephen Stout, 408 Asbury Street. I was told there was a parking guy here earlier tonight, and I just wanted to bring something up. Again, I'm on the street where there is a zone 4 parking permit area. So if you're a business or if you live here and you purchase a zone 4 parking permit, you're allowed to park there indefinitely. There are 13 spaces on the street and 5 businesses. So if you have a business on Bangs Avenue, you can park on our street indefinitely, and there's this whole thing where we have, with all these businesses that are there, there's really no parking for our customers. And I'm not just speaking for my business, but the other businesses that are there. It's also come to my attention that on Summerfield, where there used to be 3-hour parking limit signs, they've all been removed. So they're gone now too. So there's like no cops out there to chalk tires or to enforce that, but it was never really enforced anyways. Which I find kind of funny if you put a sign up and there's a 3-hour parking limit, but it's never enforced. I mean, what's the point? And when I walk my dog in the morning, I see all these zone 4 parking spaces down there at Lake Avenue, and none of them are filled because everybody's parking over here because they're too lazy to walk to their place because maybe they live in the Steinbach building and it's a little bit closer. But then you got like Carter Sackman, who wants to charge like an extra $100 a month for his people that live in the Steinbach building to park in his little parking lot right there. So I kind of find it, also amusing that even last year, when the teachers at the elementary school were giving like carte blanche parking passes to park in these zone 4 parking areas. Well, there's a state parking lot right there that they can park in because they are state employees, right? No, they're city employees? Okay, well.
No.
So again, my beef is you got a zone 4 parking area with 13 spaces and 5 businesses, and literally 2.5 spaces, if that, per business for their customers. And I would just really like if that whole thing could be reinvented or reimagined or even rezoned. Because it's not fair for the businesses that are working 7 days a week in this town. And I find it also a bit amusing that you give Wednesday free parking and half the businesses in town aren't even open on Wednesdays. So where's the logic on that one as well? So I'm just, just pretty annoyed with it. It is holiday time. It is our busiest time of the year. I just find it all quite amusing, this whole thing. And it's like, I'd really like to know when like the next parking committee things are and stuff like that, so I'd be part of it. Thanks.
It's the first Tuesday at 7 in the city manager's office.
Dr. Simon, we're ready to have you. I'm going to speak about parking also. It's be a trend tonight. So, when we originally built our Cookman Avenue Business District, it was shopping. Steinbeck's department stores. It was all department stores. That's what it was. So in a department store, you have a clerk, and you have a couple people walking around the department store. Then we invented the shopping mall. And the shopping mall, they send you mail every day with 20% off, and then come in and use your Macy's card and pay another 20% off, and then they have a sea of parking. So the retail is very difficult downtown. So what happens, the inner cities reinvent themselves as restaurant districts, as Howard and Luke had mentioned with Moonstruck. So you take the space that used to be a department store with 2 or 3 clerks and 4 or 5 people walking around it, and you're serving 500 dinners with 50 employees. So that's a good thing, because now we went from a boarded up city. When I got here, everything on Cookman Avenue was boarded up. And now we're a vibrant restaurant district. And for that restaurant district to be successful with the beer garden and everything else coming in, we have to provide adequate parking. And we are the machine that's going to fuel the city with money. Because the tax appraisers certainly agree that the downtown has increased substantially in value. Because we all got our tax reassessments, and downtown is picking up a bigger share of the property taxes. And now we are going to create more revenue for the city by creating demand. So since we are an inner city and we are built on our lot lines, we the people, the entrepreneurs of the city of Asbury Park that you have all been blessed with, can create the demand, and you, the city, create the supply. And that benefits you because you get a revenue stream. You went from $0 to $1 million to $2 million, and the sky's the limit. You could perhaps bring in $5 million or $6 million if you manage it correctly. So everyone should embrace the parking and really come up with a logical solution. So I don't think that you would have a meeting tonight if Fred could not be there. And I just went to the planning board, and I would not go to the planning board without my planner, my engineer, and my architect. And these are paid professional people. And the reason why lay people like myself hire paid professional people is to take their advice, because they have studied one area of expertise, and they can give you the best possible solution. So if I'm sick, I'm going to go to a doctor. I'm not going to talk to my friends about it. And if I need an attorney, I'm going to talk to an attorney. I need a consultant, you hire a consultant. So the time has come. We're all grown up now. We have a busy city. We have an incredible beach. So let's get it moving. Thank you.
Hi there, Mike Sedano. I live on the Autobahn, formerly known as 4th Avenue. And I just would like to urge you to get together and hire this parking consultant, whether you like Lenny or whether you want to hire somebody else. But obviously our parking system is broken and we need help. I'm a merchant in town, we need help. I'm trying to do everything I can by being on the parking committee to get things moving. But you guys have to hire a parking consultant. Please don't let it drag out like the website has dragged out. Okay? Just get together and make a decision and hire a parking consultant so that we can get systems in place to manage our parking utility. We don't have a parking authority. We have a parking utility. Thanks.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Jackie Pappas, Asbury Park Chamber of Commerce. I have a few things on my list tonight. First, I'd like to thank all of you, the Mayor and Council, for attending the events that the Chamber of Commerce hosted and other city entities hosted over the holiday build-up that's gone on during the last few weeks, most especially the holiday party. I encourage you also to encourage our city residents to take a look at the Christmas tree that is in fact in the transportation center as a result of the celebration we had, but will now be there every holiday season to brighten that space up just a little bit. So I hope you're appreciative of the businesses that helped to sponsor our party and were able to allow us to do that. The second is there is student art from Asbury Park High School and the Asbury Park Middle School that has been posted on our website and the Facebook page, and it is now begun to be installed all over Asbury Park. Pat, you were kind enough to lend one of your spaces in the downtown of Asbury Park. We'll also be putting some art in the Synaxis space, and we've also hung some at the Senior Center at the Kula Cafe, so I just wanted to make you all aware of that. If you have a moment, please do encourage your friends to come and visit us for that. And then lastly, Councilman Lafredo, I just wanted to give you a quick update. There'll be a longer presentation on another date. We did meet with the property tax card folks. We received today a proposal from them. We will make the mayor and council aware of the Love Loyalty program that the Chamber of Commerce launched in September. I'm sure you're not all as familiar with it as maybe you should be before you hear what the property tax card people have to say, but I just wanted to let you know we did follow up on that and you'll be getting more information as we move forward. So thanks for asking us to look at that opportunity. Thank you.
Hello all, happy holidays. Pat Scavino, I am a resident at 631 Cookman Avenue. I'm also a business owner at 629 Cookman Avenue. And I am also a landlord downtown. And, once again, I'm going to bring up the parking situation. It's an ongoing problem in that, as a resident, people are, even with our stickers on busy nights, people can come in and park in designated parking areas, and there's no parking for the residents. I can relate to what Steve was saying before. As a business owner, he's got residents and people working, parking in his spots, so it's a real problem. I don't have the solutions, and I don't know if anybody up there has a solution. I think that the professional people may be able to work this out. But there have been a number of times when, on Saturday nights, Friday nights, I've had people that were coming into the city for events that I've held that have just turned around and left because there's no parking. We have reached a saturation point in my perception without all these new businesses that are going to open. So we really need to get on the shtick right now and solve the problem. Because you don't want to get to a point where people aren't going to go there because it's just a hassle. All right, I mean, it's a hassle for me. I've been living downtown for 12 years. All right, so I've gone from, the ability to park in front of my own building, to go upstairs and come and go as I please, to having to walk around the block every time I have to go do something, both as a resident and a business owner. And that's okay because at least it's only a block away. But some of the people that live on the west, north of where I am, near Summerfield Banks and such, it's a problem over there because there just isn't enough parking. At least I have the lot in Westlake. So we need to really solve the problem. All right, so I urge you, once again, if it's not Lenny, just hire somebody that actually knows how to do this stuff and make it a revenue stream. I mean, apparently it makes money, and we need money, right? So thank you.
Thank you.
But before Rita goes, can we, I thought we did, but I guess we didn't. Can we instruct Fred to do that for the next meeting? Have the RFQ ready?
I think
You
we need an
can take a vote
RFQ,
tonight to authorize this to go out to RFP. We just need to make sure there's a funding source. I'm presuming it's going to come out of the parking utility.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
As long as we're all set with that, you can take a vote during the regular session and authorize that we move forward immediately and get it advertised.
Because I agree, this not be like the website. Let's do it. Thank you. Sorry, Rita.
That's all right. Rena Morano, 8th Avenue. I didn't get the bill resolution for today. Is Scotland on there again?
Yes.
Yes. How do we pay bills from 2007? That was the last, 2 weeks ago. Those bills were from 2007. How does that happen? I'm sure Scotland was in the budget for 2007, 2008, 2009. He's been in the budget all these years. How does it happen that we don't pay a bill from 2007 and we're going to pay it tonight in 2013? I think that's illegal, to be honest with you. That's like the $1 million that you left out of the budget last year for the health care.
Rita, if I can, all right, it's not illegal. I mean, I've had a lot of discussion with regards on this. All right, apparently, there had been bills that came in. All right, there had been late notices that came in several times. All right, for one reason or another, they had been overlooked. All right, and we're just catching up with it. I've met with Glenn Scotland. I've gone over all of his bills. I've gone over all of the late notices that we received, and bills are accurate. All right, he performed services for the city. All right, he has to be paid for it. I mean, we held up the bills as long as we could. He's been understanding about it. As I said, we went through all of the bills with him. Services were performed. He wasn't double billed. The man is owed the money.
I understand that, but the money must have been in the budget in 2007.
Money was there.
Well, where did it go? He didn't get paid.
He didn't get paid. All right, money was either diverted into to another use, or, all right, they were just overlooked.
No,
I can't account for what happened in 2007 and 2008, 2009. All right, what we do know is that, all right, Mr. Gartz has been right on top of this at this point. We've looked at them. We've looked at them a second time and a third time.
I think it's very unfair that we're paying you 2013. The other thing is, you have the tax abatement on here again for 5 years. I think in the last 10 years, we've done enough for the developer.
That's being taken off.
That's off the,
Oh, it's
that's
off?
not on there now.
Oh, that's good. It was done tonight, so I'll do you right. So, in other words, tonight, he's going to get paid for 6 years. Is that right?
He's owed the money. All right, the money is due to him. All right, we looked into it, and yes, he's going to be paid whatever monies are owed to him.
Do you know how much it is?
Off the top of my head, I don't. I have the numbers upstairs.
Okay. Well, Merry Christmas to everybody, and Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Judy Morgan. I'm a former employee of the city of Asbury Park. I came before you a couple of weeks ago asking for consideration for a position that was posted within the city. I recently been informed that the position was filled, and then I was informed after that there are 2 more positions that are open, one being an administrative clerk and one being a technical assistant to the construction official. I submitted my resume to the acting city manager, to the council, to the human resources person. My pastor has written letters of recommendation. I have 2 former department heads that I work for in the place tonight. I have a letter of recommendation from one of them being Fire Chief Petty that was supposed to be dispersed to the council. I'm not sure if you got it, but I have a copy if you'd like to see it. So I come before you again this evening asking for consideration with being rehired by the city of Asbury Park. I worked here for 10 years for the city and the police department, the fire department, and the special events department in a clerical capacity. So I'm asking that I be considered rehired with the openings for the clerical positions that are coming up within the city. Thank you.
You know, I'd like to just comment briefly on that. Council doesn't hire or fire anyone, so everyone needs to be aware of that. And I certainly think that we should be giving special consideration for someone that has put in 10 years of service in the city, that from what I'm understanding, through no fault, there was a reduction in force. But we do not either hire or fire. Next.
Good evening, Mayor, Panel, Councilman, Deputy Clerk, so forth. My name is Phyllis Johnson. I live on Madison Avenue. I stand here before you regarding the Janae Martin position. I met Janae 6 years ago in our church, Allen Chapel on DeWitt Avenue. And she is a wonderful lady. We have her ups and downs. We cry on her shoulders. She is a wonderful lady in the church, outside the church. She helps our young people, our young department in our church. My son Mark is going, well, somebody may know me, and I know Carmen knows my son. Marcus Johnson, they gave a job here, his hearing care, gave a job here in the city hall. Janae was there to help Marcus go through the channel. Marcus worked here for 3 years. So I'm asking the city of Asbury Park, whatever differences the city has, please put it aside. This young lady worked for the city for 10 years. Give her a chance to come back and prove herself again. It's an unreal situation. I'm asking, just give her another chance. She's very well a businesswoman. She helped me do my resume because I'm out of work at this time. If she was my boss, I'd work under her because the way her personality is so forth. Just ask and give her a chance again. She's a wonderful lady, single mom, and so forth. Works well in church and the community. You do a lot of things for the community as far as food pantry and so forth. And she is our director for our youth department in our church. So I'm asking the city to give her a chance to come back and actually do the job that she did 10 years ago. Thank you, and have a safe holiday.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Conrad Neblett from 1218 Sunset Avenue. I'm standing here today to try to get some clarification of what is the accelerated tax sale. I don't understand what the actual, I don't know if it's a law, procedure or what. And I went to the tax collection office today and they could not answer the question. So I don't know who to go to get the answer of what it is, and is there any documentation explaining such?
If you see me after the meeting, I'll help you out.
Perfect. Thank you. And I had one complaint of how I was treated when I went to go pay my taxes. It was she was considered the assistant manager. I think her name was Hartgate or Hart something. Hartman. Say it again? Hartman? Maybe, I don't know. But she was, I was told that she was the assistant manager in that office, in the tax
collector's office.
Yes. And I was asking questions for clarifications on my bill before I paid my outstanding bill. And at some point she stopped. She said, I'm not going to answer any more questions for you. Just pay your bill, or, you know, that's what she said. And I was like taken back. I'm a customer. And if I have questions about my bill, like my payment in, like, say, February was $800, and it didn't, that amount did not show. Something was like $1,250, and that amount was not there. So I was asking for clarification, and she literally stopped and did not refuse to ask questions. I said, well, I'll bring it up in this meeting. She said, well, I suggest that you do that. She was very nasty, very curt, and I am a customer of this city. I pay my taxes, and I will not stand for it. So I'm just making it known, and it is not okay for me, the way I was treated. And thank you.
I apologize for that. You see me after the meeting.
I will, thank you.
Hi, Anita Weiner, Madison Avenue, and I just want to say I was glad to see the parking person here to give a presentation, and I hope you move forward expeditiously to hire someone like him to get this parking under control. I'm sensing a lot of frustration from members of the council about things getting done or not getting done. And I was wondering if how you approach managing something like the internet project. You know, we don't have one working. That it's taking months to finally get an RFP, LP, you know, going. And why does it take such a long amount of time from the generation of an idea to finally the idea moving forward and something happening? And I'm wondering if there are any other methods that can be used by the council, such as maybe having, and I don't know if you do or you don't, having someone give you an interim report before the meeting so that when you ask a question about something that should be happening, you're not surprised that it did or did not happen. So I just thought maybe you'd want to take a look at your ways of getting things to move along. And I hope everybody is being extremely cooperative with each other, because not having a city manager at this point is, I know your frustration with getting a boardwalk done in time, but getting a city manager in time should have happened, in my opinion, already. So I hope we're all working together to get that done, and a happy and healthy New Year to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jasmine. I'm also here to support Jen Morgan. She worked in the city for 10 years, and she was a dedicated employee that, brought it up. And I just feel that as a person who was dedicated for those 10 years, she should be considered for perhaps that. Thank you. Happy holidays. Happy holidays.
Hello, Mayor, Council, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Season's greetings to everybody in the room. What I want to ask you, four things I want to talk about the parking authority or the parking utility. I think one of the reasons we're in this situation where there's not enough parking, we allow developers to come in and whine that they only need 1 spot or 1.5 spot per new building. If you stick to the original guideline, we would have a couple of parking garages by now, an oversight by the last council. The other thing is, we need a better liaison or system for people to know about what's going on with the state troopers here, because when you see their cars, 2 state trooper cars pulling over people on Main Street, I don't think that's a positive image for the city. I kind of got the impression that we're here to help solve crime, or their president was going to tell criminals to pack up and go. So we need a system that shows how we're working with them. The mayor may have to get involved with that. The other thing is for transparency in our government here, I think all bills and anything that comes through should go on the computer and people should be able to look it up. And if Fred has to block out stuff on it, it should be blocked out before it's put on a computer. Because in the past, I found when you fill out an OPA request, somehow or another, I'm not speaking the same language, that you're supposed to get the information, and after 2 or 3 tries, we eventually get the information. But I always saw it as a stalling process from the administration. And then the 4th thing I want to talk about is, I don't always agree with the Tri-City News. I sometimes figured maybe if I start advertising more in the paper, maybe he wouldn't be so opposed to them. But he brought up a lot of valid points. They got enough. You have to stop the giveaways. And that's what you guys got to think about when you negotiate with them. We gave you enough, because otherwise you're going to have the whole city looking, a lot of new of the developments going to look like Vibe. And I don't think that's the best architecture that you guys strive for 12 years ago when you came up with the plan. And Merry Christmas, everybody.
Thank you.
We
don't want to let that longer.
Good evening, Council. Denise Richardson, Ridge Avenue. I understand that the council doesn't hire or fire city employees, but the manager does, city manager does. And just from some of the conversation at the mic, it seems we have some employees that really don't want to do their job or are not doing their job. Where you have someone who for 10 years has done their job. Also, the fact being that she is a relative of mine. But she's a good employee. So hopefully you will consider her acting city manager for that position. I did have something else to say, but I forgot what I wanted to say because there was so much on today. I guess I'll have to say it in the next meeting. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Fred, I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Kate Balthazar from 611 Bank. I'm just here to reinforce the point with the parking. You know, as a resident, it's
see them on Emery, because that's where I also park most of the time, and then Henry or, and I feel bad for businesses, but at night, if I come here and it's dark, it's hard to find parking anywhere, and I don't want to walk by myself from late, deep in Summerfield or somewhere else because there's no parking around, so I'm happy I sent somebody in tonight, but I just wanted to reinforce that point. Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Move to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Hold on.
Wayne Small, 1304 Madison Avenue. Good evening, council. Good evening, everyone, and happy holiday. I got a phone call the other day, and it was speaking about some positions in Asbury Park. And it said that, you had a young lady who was qualified to apply for the job, but she's being denied because of some type of feelings that's going on with some people in the departments, whoever hired her. One thing we got to understand, y'all, the nepotism in Asbury has to stop.
Excuse me, could you address the council, please?
Listen, this is my public portion to speak, so I could look anywhere I want.
No, I'm going to ask you to please address the council.
As I was saying, the nepotism in the city of Asbury Park must stop. We, the people, have to make sure that those who are in position to hire, that they hire the right qualified people, not their cousins, not their brothers, not their sisters, and not their uncles, or
Mr.
not
Smalls, I'm going to ask
their
you
friends.
one last time, could you please address the council, please?
Make sure you're right about that, people. I'm going to address the council. I'm off that now. I heard you speak about Nelson Mandela and about, what he stood for and how he fought for what was right. I remember when you used to come to this microphone on a regular basis at council meetings and badger them about what was going on the West Side. It seems as though the West Side don't even exist in your vocabulary no more, since you want me to address the council.
Thank you.
So when you sit there and you advocate something to the people, be true about it. Don't sit there and tell the people something and have a hidden agenda, okay? Don't do it, because guess what? The people are not going to have faith in you no more. Each and every day, I hear people say to Mayor Campbell this and Mayor Campbell that. You know what I said? Give Mayor Campbell a chance. But every time they come to you, oh, I can't do this. Oh, I don't want to put city business in. They said you attend every event over here. But when somebody call you from over there to do something, you're nowhere to be found. Why? What was your purpose for running? Was it to bring the city together, to unite the city, to look out for those who are hurting? Or was it for you just to get up? I didn't want to come up here and say it, but you're the only one that I have ever seen tell somebody to address the council. When somebody come up here and speak, this is a public portion. If I want to turn around and speak to them, I can do that. It's my right. If you want to change that, pass an order. Say, whoever come up here has to directly face you. Or put the microphone back over there.
That's right.
Let's be real about this. Our babies dying in the street. Dying in the street for lack of opportunity. What are you going to do about it, Mayor? You want me to address you? I'll address you.
Next. Oh, thank you, Mr. Smalls.
Dan Harris, 17 Ridge Avenue, Asbury Park. First, in reference to the young lady who's applying for the job, I think that one thing, when we hire cops, we went to the rights list. We hired police officers who from out of the city, who didn't work for the city, and gave them employment inside the city. I think it's only right and justified, and showing compassion to someone who did work for the city, who was let go because of reduction in force, be offered an opportunity to come back and work for the city, especially when there are people out there who need jobs. We talk about, well, we don't want people doing this, we don't want people doing that, and yet when you have an opportunity, you have to seize the moment. Reach out and help somebody. There's nothing wrong with helping somebody. I get so tired of listening about parking in the city, people want to flow up. But, you have a gentleman here, maybe he can help the parking. Okay? But just like he's there speaking to the council, in reference to, I can help your parking. Obviously, he's going to get paid, and he has a job. We have a young lady here who gave her blood for the city, worked for the city, no longer is employed, needs a job. And you say, well, we're not involved in hiring. If you're not involved in it, but I bet you one thing, there are people you know who have jobs here. Okay, I'm gonna let that go. Next thing, okay, in reference to the state police, all right? I stood here months ago and I said, to solve extraordinary problems, you need extraordinary measures. The state police are needed here, Jerry. I'm sorry. And if it hurts a little to look at them, get used to it. When things get better, they can leave. But right now, they're helping our police force, which is undermanned, overworked, and we need them. So if you need a shot of penicillin when you were a kid, the doctor said, bend over, here it comes, you cried, but you needed it. We need a shot of penicillin here in the city, and I applaud the fact that you brought the state police in here to help rid the city of some of the crime that's here. You know, our next job is when people come home from jail, the city has to provide some type of employment and some type of training to help these people. So, I mean, one thing is to cure the problem, another thing is to solve the problem. And, you know, that's the next step. Thank you very much. Have a good holiday.
Thank you.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Can I ask a question, Tony? When we are hiring, do we look at former employees? Are they bumped up somehow? And again, I'm asking because I don't know how that process works.
It depends on the circumstances of it. I mean, if it goes back to the same department, same job titles, right, those individuals would have preference in that. In this particular case, there were several people that were from in-house, and there were promotional opportunities for them. Therefore, opening up other jobs.
Your approval of the minutes, the regular meeting of November 26th and December 3rd, 2013.
Move it. Second.
Councilmember Fredo.
Yes.
Moore. Yes. Quinn.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Henderson.
Yes.
Mayor Campbell.
Yes.
Payroll resolution for the period of December 1st and 15th, including Social Security, Medicare, $823,732.19.
Move it.
Second. Councilmember Fredo. Yes. Moore. Yes. Quinn.
Yes.
Henderson.
Yes.
Mayor Campbell.
Yes.
Bill resolution, payments to the Board of Education, total amount $1,472,928.06.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Fredo. Yes. Moore. Yes. Quinn.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Henderson.
Yes.
Mayor Campbell.
Yes.
Workers' comp, compensation, the grand total of $1,867,823.37. Read about that heart attack and I want.
I didn't miss it. I didn't miss it.
The first one is $5,011.96. Second one is $1,446.99. The next one is $2,340.99. Next one is, the final one is $5,483.12. Move.
Second.
Councilmember Fredo. Yes. Moore. Yes. Quinn.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Henderson.
Yes.
Mayor Campbell.
Yes.
Under the application for 2 raffle licenses, the first one is for White Day Foundation, and the second one is for the Historical Society.
Move it. Second.
Councilmember Fredo.
Yes.
Moore.
I have to abstain on the historical. Do I?
What do you remember?
Trustee?
Yeah, so abstain on that one and vote
Okay.
together.
Quinn.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Henderson.
Yes.
Mayor Campbell.
Yes.
I mean, the liquor expansion, as you can just picture on the boardwalk facing west, looking at Celebrate at Kubicon. Expansion into 2 units south of Kubicon would be like, I guess, a 3rd restaurant. This was approved by the police department and ABC.
Second.
Councilmembers Fredo.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Henderson.
Yes.
Mayor Campbell.
Yes.
In the executive session, you want to do these one at a time, these professional appointments.
Yes.
Fred Meadows, city attorney, not to exceed 200,000.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Lefredo.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Henderson.
Yes.
Mayor Campbell.
Yes.
For auditor, DAT, KK, CPA, not to exceed $80,000.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmembers Lefredo.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Henderson.
Yes.
Mayor Campbell.
Yes.
James G. Aaron, is Redevelopment Litigation Counsel.
Move it. Second.
Councilmember Lefredo.
Yes.
Moore.
No.
Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Henderson.
Yes.
Mayor Campbell.
Yes.
How much was that?
McMahon, not to exceed 200,000. McMahon and Scott as a bond, as bonding attorneys, not to exceed 200,000.
Move it.
Too much.
Second.
Councilmembers Lefredo.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Henderson.
Yes.
Mayor Campbell.
Yes.
And McMahon and Scotland as redevelopment attorneys, not to exceed $200,000.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmembers Lefredo.
Yes.
Moore.
No.
Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Henderson.
Yes.
Mayor Campbell.
Yes.
Harry Householder as tax appeals, not to exceed $50,000.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmembers Lefredo.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Henderson.
Yes.
Mayor Campbell.
Yes.
And BRB route valuations for real estate appraisal work, not to exceed $35,000.
Move it.
Second.
Question. And it goes back to all, is Ricky here? It was a question I asked before. Once we adopt these numbers, does he have to encumber those in the budget, or can he encumber less? He does?
Have to be encumbered.
Even if we have a past record that we spent less than last year? Okay, thank you.
Councilmembers Lefredo.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Henderson.
Yes.
Mayor Campbell.
Yes.
From the executive session, also appointments to the Recreation Committee, representative from the Board of Education, what's the gentleman's name, Torrin Jordan. From the Housing Authority, Angeline Brown. 2 representatives from local business, Nancy Sabino and Esther Pekarsky. 2 representatives at Community at Large, Ms. Kiz and Isaiah Jones. Isaiah Jones.
And 2 council members.
And the council members, Deputy Mayor Henderson and the Councilwoman Quinn.
Just so people know, there was actually only 1 position, and that was the business that was opened on that committee. The rest are being reappointed with the 2 new council members. Move them.
Say the names again.
Can you read the names again?
Deputy Mayor Henderson, Councilwoman Quinn, Torrin
Jordan,
Jordan,
Board of Ed.
Angeline Brown, Nancy Sabino, Esther Pekarsky, Ms. Kiz, what's her real name?
Mary
Kozlowski, Ms. Kiz, right? And Isaiah Jones.
And just so the public knows, knows, we asked everybody who'd previously been on the rec if they wanted an opportunity to stay on it, which only left us, I believe, one opening, which the requirement is that you be a business owner in town. So the only new person on that commission or committee is Nancy Sabino. And the two council
Councilmember Fredo? Yes. Moore?
Yes.
Quinn?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Henderson?
Yes.
Mayor Campbell?
Yes.
And from the work session, resolution extending the appointment of Anthony Nucio as acting city manager.
Second.
Councilmember Fredo? Yes. Moore?
Yes.
Quinn?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Henderson?
Yes.
Mayor Campbell?
Yes.
And also executive work session resolution authorizing an extension of the payment of a stipend to Douglas Schultz for temporarily assuming additional responsibilities within the Department of Social Services.
Move it. Second.
Councilmember Fredo?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Quinn?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Henderson?
Yes.
Mayor Campbell?
Yes.
Okay, the annual notice for the year for 2014, executive session at 4 o'clock, work session at 6 o'clock, and the regular meeting at 7 o'clock. The only irregularity there is like in January, instead of the first and third Wednesday, it'll be the second or fourth Wednesday of January 8th and 22nd. February 5th, 19th, March 5, 19, April 2nd and 16, May 7 and 21, June 4 and 18, July 2nd and 16, August 6th and 20, September 3rd and 17, October 1st and 15, November 5th, which is a Wednesday, and the 17th, which is a Monday, because of the League of Municipalities, and December 3rd and December 17th. We're basically going back to Monday, or going back to the first and third Wednesdays.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Fredo?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Quinn?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Henderson?
Yes.
Mayor Campbell?
Yes.
On the insertion of items of revenue, actually, there's only two. The first one is for $4,400 for the 2013 drivers sober or get pulled over program. And the second one is for $10,204.03 for the state body armor replacement fund program.
Move them. Second.
Councilmember Fredo?
Yes.
Moore? Yes. Quinn?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Henderson?
Yes.
Mayor Campbell?
Yes.
Resolution canceling $5,280,000 balance of 2012 special emergency funds related to Hurricane Sandy appropriated by the city of Asbury Park, County of Monmouth, New Jersey.
Move it.
Second.
Question. Somebody's got to explain it to me. I mean, okay, somebody decided to bond $7.1 million for Sandy, and we only needed $1.8 million, so we're paying back 5.2. But how the heck were we that wrong?
Yeah, Ricky should still be in his office.
Somebody's got to
Ricky's.
explain. Yeah.
Wait or move on.
We'll skip that one.
Good.
Next one's resolution authorizing a contract for animal control services with the Associated Humane Society for a fee of $4,427 per month for a total of $53,124 for the year.
Move it. Second.
Councilmember Fredo?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Quinn?
Abstain.
Deputy Mayor Henderson?
Yes.
Mayor Campbell?
Yes.
Resolution for various budget transfers, I believe everybody got a copy of that.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Fredo?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Henderson?
Yes.
Mayor Campbell?
Yes. Canceling the $5.2 million for the super storm.
You adopted a special emergency in 2012 for $7.1 million. You funded $1,420,000 of it in the current year budget. There's about $400,000 excess of that. The balance is not needed any longer because you adopted 4 ordinances to cover what you need to get done in January of 2013. For the boardwalk, your parking meters, the footbridge, and the sewer plant.
Okay, so
We're shifting the cost from the current operating to ordinances.
it went from 7.1 to 5 to, we reduced it 5,280, so we spent 1,820,000.
Right, yes.
And how much was this reimbursed by people of that?
To date, $700,000.
Now, okay, and this, I'm kind of understand. So the other 4 ordinances cover the footbridge and cover the future boardwalk. We're not going to need any of this money to finish any of this project.
That's correct.
Just out of curiosity, and just probably, why we bond so much back then? Because we went worst case scenario?
We bonded based upon the engineer's estimates when we sat down back in January for the ordinances on what you were going to need. The original $7.1 million on the emergency, everything was thrown in together because you didn't know what you needed at that point. So everything was done prior to me getting here to just cover yourselves at that point for whatever you may need. Once we evaluated what you need, what was it of an emergency nature, what was of a capital nature, we put those into the ordinances. Reduce what we didn't need for an operating expense, and now we're here to cancel the balance of that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Voting on that, Councilmembers Fredo?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Henderson?
Yes.
Mayor Campbell?
Yes.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Right.
Resolution authorizing execution of a contract. The Association of Firefighters Local 384 for the period of January 1st, 2013 through December 31st, 2013. As added from the executive session.
Move it. Second.
Councilmember Fredo?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Quinn?
Yes.
Henderson?
Yes.
Mayor Campbell?
Yes.
On the work session, the resolution authorizing the City of Asbury Park to procure vendors to provide professional design and construction procurement services for the Sunset Lake Footbridge project.
Move it. Second.
Councilmember Fredo?
Excuse me, I guess I asked this. Didn't we discuss that this may be done in-house? Were we talking about that? As far as the design?
I know I'm voting no, so.
Well, the way it's worded, it's just like we're just going to do this, but I didn't think that was the case.
Well, the resolution was prepared prior to the engineer's report this evening.
Can we change the resolution, Fred?
Well, you can,
Let's start
you
doing
can
it.
just, yeah.
Oh,
you can,
no, can't we
so-
just-
take it off.
No, but.
Take it off.
Take it
Yeah.
off. Take
Take
it
it
off.
off and back.
Forget about it. Didn't happen.
Did he say he was going to do it?
Well, that's the thing.
I didn't hear
When
that.
he came before you, he said, it sounded to me like he was incredibly busy and wasn't able to do this, and that's why he needed an additional consultant, a professional from the outside, to do this work. But, you know, it's up to you, and you can tell him that you opted not to hire an outside professional and you would like it done in-house.
Wouldn't that just be voting no?
Either vote it no or just
We
remove
can
it.
vote it no, we can go back and we can revisit it.
Yeah, let's revisit that.
If it's impossible and can't be done, we'll bring it back to you at the next
Well,
council.
right now, I'm sorry, I'm voting no.
Yeah, wait.
If you want, if we're going to do the roll.
Go ahead and call them.
All right, so the Councilmembers Fredo?
No.
Moore?
No.
Quinn?
No.
Mayor Henderson?
No.
Mayor Campbell?
No.
Okay, from the executive session, a resolution authorizing settlement of the matter Captain Christopher Renzo and Anatoly Christoph versus City of Asbury Park et al. For an amount, what is that?
Not to exceed $160,000.
Not to exceed $160,000.
What?
Move it.
That's not to exceed. Second.
Councilmembers Fredo?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Henderson?
Yes.
Mayor Campbell?
Yes.
And then you want to add on authorizing the drafting of an RFP for parking consultant.
Drafting and
RFP or
advertising.
RFQ? It's RFQ, right?
Make it RFP/RFQ, we'll work both into it.
Is there a motion?
Move it.
Second. Councilmembers LaFredo.
Yes.
Moore. Yes. Quinn.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Henderson.
Yes.
Mayor Campbell.
Yes.
For introduction, a public hearing will be held at the first meeting January 8th. Ordinance reappropriating $353,692.48 proceeds of obligations not needed for their original purpose in order to provide for installation of a camera system in and by the city of Asbury Park.
Move it.
Second?
Councilmember Fredo.
Yes.
Moore. Yes. Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Henderson.
Yes.
Mayor Campbell.
Yes.
And for public hearing, advertised in Coaster on December 5th, an ordinance amending and supplementing section 6-4 entitled Regulation of Licenses of Chapter 6, entitled Alcoholic Beverage Control or Revising the Ordinances of the City of Asbury Park. Is there a motion to open up the hearing?
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone like to be heard on this ordinance?
What is it about?
You have time out after that.
Mayor and council during the work sessions of several council meetings, and it was introduced at our last council meeting, and it revises the hours during which liquor stores, not consumption premises, but liquor stores can sell packaged goods in their original containers to the public. Right now, sales of those alcoholic beverages can begin at 7 o'clock in the morning every morning. This changes it to not before 9 a.m. every morning. And we did send 2 notices to the 4 licensed premises that are going to be affected by this. First, letting them know that the issue had been raised before the council and that they were welcome to come to any council meeting and speak at the microphone during the public comment period if they had any concerns about it. And then after the ordinance was introduced, we sent a second mailing, also by regular and certified mail, letting them know that there would be a public hearing this evening and that they would be welcome to speak at the microphone during the public hearing if they would like to comment. So,
Anyone like to be heard on this?
Move to close.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Is there a motion to adopt the ordinance?
Move it.
Second?
Councilmember LaFredo.
Yes.
Moore. Yes. Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Henderson.
Yes.
Mayor Campbell.
Yes.
And on the bid results, collective municipal court fines will be next week. The second decision with the RCA project at 1032 Second Avenue, and the owner has chosen Anthony Corporation, the amount of $15,360.
Move it.
Second.
Fredo.
Yes.
Moore. Yes. Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Henderson.
Yes.
Mayor Campbell.
Abstain.
And the news flash, with respect to the change of government question, I finally got the final results from the county. So after the last council meeting, registered voters was 8,819, ballots cast was 2,287, turnout was 25.93%. Those who said yes is 1,232, and those that said no is 410. This is for information only. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye. Have a very safe New Year's Eve.
I don't need it.